Hey, welcome to the podcast. This is a video game break podcast. I'm a host. I'm Carl Sardell. The person who just coughed is Kinsey Burk.
I'm Kinsey, and I'm still here, apparently. Yay!
Wait, you weren't here last episode. Maybe you didn't listen to it.
I wasn't here last episode. That's why I didn't hear it.
But you just said you're still here.
Yeah, I'm back.
No, I thought you meant like you never left.
Well, you have a couple cupboards here that I could probably fit in.
It's probably true. The other person I have with us is John Fitzgerald.
How you doing, Carlos?
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We were going to have two Johns in the episode, which would have been really cool.
Oh, I'm
But
sad.
one of the Johns couldn't make it. John Riggs, he's in Yakima. So my glass pops sometimes, just so you guys
That's
know.
what that was.
Yeah.
I thought you hit the bottom of the table out of anger.
No, I've done that too.
Damn it, John.
Yeah, that's really what it was. Why do you have to be in Yakima? Why can't you be here? But no. We're going to do something with him. Actually, he works at the radio out there. So I was thinking about Kinsey and I maybe taking a trip at some point and do the podcast over in his radio station.
Sure. And he listens, so now he knows all of our plans.
No, he's like, no, I don't want to do that, guys. So John and I met doing comedy, comedy mashup. Robbie introduced me, and he's like, hey, come over here and do this comedy thing. It's fun. And so we did it, and we were in the writer's room the first night. Basically, the whole thing is you have 3 days to make a sketch, or many sketches, and then you perform them on that third day. And the first night is the writing night, and John Fitzgerald was in the room. And I have never met you before. And we're pitching sketches, and John pitches the bear sketch, which anything pretty much called the bear sketch, I'm in. Like that's it.
You were the first to perk up when I said that.
Yeah, I perked all the way up.
Made me so happy. Because I'd never pitched in a writer's room before, so it was a brand new experience, a little nerve-wracking. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was overly excited. And what happened is I picked that to write on. So basically everybody had to pick each other's or different sketches and then write them out that night.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then the next night, the next day, we would all kind of do rewrites and then we'd perform them. Anyways, I rewrote the bear sketch into something I liked quite a bit, but it didn't get picked for the final thing.
I want to hear it. I want to hear
Right
what
now?
you did with it. Well, yeah, from the top to bottom, we got to reenact it together.
Scene.
See.
Open on bear. We're not going to do it.
Like a bear? Like a real bear?
Yeah, like a real bear.
Oh. I don't know that much about bears, but I've seen a bear.
Well, why don't we tell, now that we teased the bear sketch enough, John, just tell the premise of it, and then I can say what
Great. I'm going to butcher it, but it's going to be fun in the process. So,
just the overall.
Yeah. So you open up in a living room. You have a daughter, a son. You have a mom and dad, and the dad sits there. Oh, honey, I think we should tell the kids how we met. And then it goes on, and the kid's like, yeah, I want to hear it. Over time, the dad starts revealing that we were out in the woods, we were hunting, blah, blah, blah. I saw your mother. I didn't know her at the time. She was getting mauled by a bear. Well, I got on board, and I said, I got to do one of two things. I got to save her or I got to let her die. He goes up, he saves her, mom escapes. And during the story, you start seeing little things break, little details, and you realize the mom wasn't getting mauled by the bear.
The mom was making the love with the bear.
Mm-hmm. Bow, chicka, bow.
Yes, enter that sound.
Yeah, and then that was basically the premise I gave you.
Yeah.
I didn't really run much more than that. So.
I basically did a lot of honey jokes. Like, they found a lot of, like, weird things in the house. Like, all the reveal stuff is what I kind of just punched up. So, like, just a ton of reveal stuff. And I flipped it a little bit, and I can't even remember. So I'm going to have to, like, pull it out and put it on in the notes or something like that. But there's some funny stuff in there. So, anywho, which is also funny that there was one sketch that Will Ferrell never got on the air. Well, I'm sure he got a ton of them. But one of them was the bear sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bears. It's hard to get on make the cut.
They're an underrepresented animal.
Yeah. So what?
I was going to tell you a bear fact.
Oh, please.
When I was in Alaska, I was wondering why there's a whole bunch of dead fish everywhere, because I was in Alaska in like other A month, August.
Okay. Sounds like April. No. Okay.
During like salmon spawning and shit. And like when the salmon start going into the water, they start dying from saltwater to freshwater. And so they're already gross. And so there's dead fish everywhere, but like right before bears go into hibernation, they will eat only like the tummy or the brain of the fish just to like build up their fat storages. So there was lots of disgusting dead fish everywhere. And I saw one bear, and he was much cuter than the fish.
He was living.
Yeah.
Good.
So
That's the punchline.
that's my bear story.
Okay.
I've been near one of those. They stink.
Yeah, a bear or a dead salmon?
Both, but the salmon are worse. The salmon really have a smell.
It's bad.
Also, there are bears in Dragon Age Inquisition, and a lot of them. I know what you mean now.
Fuck those bears.
Yeah. Well, they kind of are really aggro, and you're like,
Yeah, they are.
if you shouldn't you just like going away from me? You know what I mean? Like, why would you go attack me all the time, every time?
All the time.
They attack all the time.
They have no fear. They'll come after you. You think the red dot's far enough away, but they just come.
Yep.
Ugh.
And there's always an extra one around the corner if you get on your what is it? Bear mobile?
I don't think that's in the game.
The thing you ride away on a horse. That's
That's it.
the
Yes,
reg.
yes.
The mount?
Horses, also known as bearmobiles. Yep.
Or the Draconis thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't gotten one. Have you guys?
Or the big, like, deer thing?
I have one. The noise it makes, it sounds like a bullhorn.
Wait, I don't know what this is. I don't have this. What is this?
You probably do have it.
Wait, I own something I don't know I own in
At the
Dragon
stables,
Age?
you can choose different mounts.
Oh.
I never use the mounts, though, because then you can't have the banter.
Yeah, I don't either.
So
They do cut it, and I always wait, too. If I have to get somewhere, I'll wait till Solus and Dorian stop arguing magic. I lied. I never have two mages. Two magicians in the same party.
What's funny is that pre-podcast we were talking about how, and it's specifically you actually, that we shouldn't be talking about too much Dragon Age, and here we are again.
I can't, you can't help it.
You can't help it. And
I do want to hear Solus Dorian banter, though. I should just put them in my party and walk around.
Oh, you haven't had them together? I think I did in the very
I
beginning.
usually only have one mage.
Yeah.
And it's never Vivian.
Yeah, fuck her.
She's such a bitch.
She's a bitch. Although, guess what? I found out, not spoiler, but kind of if you want to think about maybe using Vivian later, she's the only one who can heal people. Like, for real.
You know what? I don't care.
I know. I have kind of went back on my words a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I can deal with you being a bitch if you will heal my whole party. And that is one of the things you can get later on her skill tree. Like true healing. And if you know Dragon Age, and we're all three of us are playing it, it's just you die in the weirdest times. And if you had somebody who could heal you, fuck, that'd be helpful.
You can never expect it. You're mid-dungeon crawl, and then something pops out.
Again, to talk about Dragon Age again at the beginning of this podcast, is that's my biggest problem, is that right now I'm like level 15. I feel strong in most things, especially humans, by the way. Any human, I'm like, yeah, fuck you, I got you. You know, I feel like I'm pretty strong against humans.
Yeah.
But then certain monsters and certain magic things, they're like, no, you just died all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like a couple hits. So I feel like that's a balancing break. Like there's something wrong there. Am I right?
Over in the Forbidden Oasis, there was a time when I went into this cave and there's a bunch of spiders in there, and I died. And I was like, God damn it, I didn't like save or anything. I just been wandering. And then I went back there to be like, fuck you, spiders. And I died again.
Yeah.
Were these the overgrown spiders or like the
They're
normal
like
size?
kind of big, but I guess normal size spiders for Dragon Age. But I was just like,
But yeah,
what?
yeah, it seems, especially the fact that you die again in that same spot. You're like, well, no, I didn't have health potions last time, or I wasn't ready. You know.
Yeah.
And then you go back full ready and you die again.
Yeah.
You're like, the game is wrong.
It was sad.
I don't allow that to happen. I didn't leave the hinterlands for far longer.
12 years, I know.
12 years.
All of us didn't.
Oh.
Well, let's move on and get into what we're all playing besides Dragon Age.
I guess.
Kinsey, are you doing that DLC for the Destiny? I heard it's not good.
I heard that as well. You know, it's one of those things where I will play it. I actually played Destiny the other day. I did a story mission with a friend who just got Destiny. So I was like, all right, I'll go back to it.
That was kind of you.
Yeah, and
level.
then I was just kind of like, I want to keep playing Destiny again. You saw what happened last time. Like, it was like I got sucked in and I was checking for bounties if I was home for like 2 seconds. I'd be like, did they refresh yet? Like, I was a little crazy about Destiny.
Well, it's that addiction stuff. I mean, we had the same thing with Diablo. You know, when we were in that, I was in the thick of it, man. I was like only talking about Diablo, only wanted to go home and play it. And now it's just off of my brain. If something happened and I slipped and fell and loaded the game up, I bet you I might get back into it too. It's just that addictive property thing, you know?
Yeah. And Destiny, it like has me by the throat. Even though when I'm playing it, sometimes I'm like, this game isn't very fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't
It really
stop playing
isn't. I dropped my Destiny addiction for Dragon Age addiction.
Oh,
and,
I think you traded up.
I did, but but Destiny, since the updates, I haven't touched it. I know if I do, I'm going to be just like you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to want to play and get all the bounties, no.
See?
It's going to happen again. I know it will.
You should just stay in Dragon Age where there's an actual story. Oh, but that's not even a diss anymore because everybody knows it.
Well, maybe I should just go to Bungie's website and read about my Grimoire cards. I'll make my own story.
No,
callback joke again. I think the first time we talked about Destiny, that was one of the first things. Yeah. You can go to the website if you want to learn about the game you're playing. Let's not talk about Destiny. Anything else?
Well, I'm still playing Uncharted.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. But I was going to play the Telltale Game of Thrones because the first episode came out. And then I was looking on the wiki. It takes place after season 3. I've only seen one season of it. Oh. So now I'm power watching Game of Thrones.
Which is disgusting because you know my stance on it.
I know. It's been like a week and a half. Oh. And I'm like 3 episodes left of season 3. Oh. I have watched a lot of fucking Game of Thrones.
Are you depressed? More?
A little bit.
Wait, what season are you in right now? You're
3.
in 2? Oh, you're in 3?
Yeah.
Oh, something's going to happen.
What are they on now? 4 or 5?
5.
I think they're on 5.
Because 4 just came out on DVD.
Okay.
Because I had to get that one next.
3 and 4 have some messed up stuff.
I'm sure it does.
No spoilers.
No.
3, the way it starts, you know. So
yeah,
that's all you need to know.
Well, there's something that happens in 4 was my final straw because I've said that on the podcast too many times, but in general, I just fight against injustice like as a real person every day. And that show is full of injustice, and that's all it is. So it makes me just want to die. It's the worst thing in the world to me to watch injustice for fun when I'm trying to like fight it on a daily basis.
You don't enjoy empathizing with the characters a bit and being like, oh, I've been there, or I've seen how this works out. I hope you do this.
No, because at the end of the day, nothing's going to work out for them.
Yeah.
And we already all know that. Like most of us who've read, there's no spoilers. You just read the books or even talk to somebody. Right. It's just all bad news, you know?
Yeah, it makes me feel kind of ooky when I watch it.
Yeah, you feel real ooky. Oh, the whole penis thing, spoiler, whatever, right?
Tough to handle. I would say tough to swallow.
Are you not there yet?
What penis thing?
There's something to do with penis, and that's all you need to know.
Well, I've seen penis eye.
You've seen
hold on. Are you in
of penis?
Are you in general saying this got real weird all of a sudden? Are you in general saying that you've seen many penises?
I don't even know where that word came from.
Out of
thought I'd try it on, and nope.
It's probably how they describe it when you
take it off. If you're trying it on, take it off. Here's the thing, without going into any more thinking about it, there's something that happens in 4 that it's such a like terrible, like, oh, this would be really cool if this happened and make me kind of care about a character, maybe there's some justice in the world, and then it flips and goes, nope, just what you thought might happen happened in a really gross and grotesque way. And so on the flip side, and again, I mentioned this on the podcast, I watch Vikings, which is a fucking great show. And in that show, a lot of the same kind of, there's weird stuff. It's based on, lightly based on history and all the kind of mysticism around Vikings. But, like, there are moments where you feel there's justice actually happening. Like, this band of warriors did this one thing against these other people because they did something bad to them, and then they won. Yeah. They got the revenge or whatever. Or they took the high road. Like, that happens in that show, like in the Vikings show. It's like, you know what? We're not going to fucking murder and rape this person. We're going to, like, have them come and be on our side. Like, real, like, actual humans being nice. And, again, not the whole thing isn't a merry, like, happy thing. I'm gone too long.
Now, are you saying you enjoy that it's unlike real life where it has the option to go the high road?
No, it's like real life. There's bad shit that happens.
Okay.
People die, real things, there's consequence. It's just not, again, it's not a happy series. It's just, it feels like more based on truth, on things that have happened. But
I guess I'm more jaded. I enjoy knowing that so much terrible tragedy is going to occur that having that one little thread throughout Game of Thrones, the little miniature thread who's, trudging along. She's my hope.
Yeah.
She's what I hope to see really prosper. And I guess she's supposed to look completely different in the new season where
she's my favorite character.
Clothing is going to be concealing even more and she'll grow into the woman she should be. Whatever that is.
It's just when you have hours out of your day and you can spend it doing certain things.
Yeah.
If 50 minutes of an hour or whatever the fuck the thing is, like if most of it is sad or like weird and twisted and whatever, and then some of it's good, I don't have time for that. My life, you only have so many many hours in the day.
Yeah, it is depressing at certain points, But I really like medieval things, number one. So
Right.
I'm going to like this.
That's why you should watch Vikings.
Yeah, and I'm Scandinavian on that note.
Vikings.
Anyways, back to Game of Thrones. But I can't stop watching it is the thing. Like, I've been staying up till 1 a.m. every day, and I wake up at 6. So I'm usually like, oh, I got to go to bed. Oh, all right. One more.
Here's what we're going to do. When this episode happens, and you will know when it happens, then tell me if you still want to watch it.
All right.
There's one episode. You caught up?
I'm caught up, yeah.
I'll tell you off podcast.
Sure.
Let's go into Christmas gaming memories. Oh, no, wait. No, what are you playing? I skipped you.
Well, I'm playing probably about 5 different games currently. Of course, Dragon Age. Won't get into that anymore.
Yes.
I put down Destiny, and then lately Never Alone, Spelunky, and Super Smash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right now, the favorite of those 3 would definitely be, for friends, Smash. Never Alone. I've only gotten like maybe 30 minutes in.
That seems so interesting. They were showing you that at the Play Live event that we did, and it just seems so cool that it's more like what's the game that me and you liked, which was the one on the base in the war?
Valiant Hearts?
Valiant Hearts. Have you played that?
I haven't heard of it.
Oh, it's so good.
It feels like that when I watched Never Alone, because it's more about telling a story.
Was
and
this
it's talking
about
about the natives, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to ask you about that game you were mentioning. Was that the one about the actual victims of war in a light, somewhat like Spec Ops, where they're actually going, these are the real victims, just normal civilians?
No, it was more like, it was a cartoon, like cell shaded kind of game.
Totally different game.
2D,
Yeah, 2D, and but it had certain similarities to Never Alone, where when you had beaten sections or you got like certain items, it would talk about like, you could open up a journal and read about the history of that moment.
Yeah,
and
the
the
videos
war
they
and
show
stuff.
you get to just watch maybe a 2-3 minute clip. And
In Never Alone.
yes,
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
Alone,
yeah.
yes.
So it's fun, right? I heard the gameplay's just okay, but it's more about the journey.
I liked it enough that, unbeknownst to me, I was playing it with my laptop power out, and it inhibited the game from running at full speed. So it was jittering. So to get past ice flows, you have to jump and time it and not land in the water. I killed myself. I was playing with somebody else. We died 40 sometimes before we got through the first level. And it was that good that I was like, I got to see this next video, that I kept playing. And I was like, I love that they actually had real Inuit people, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, you are.
Who were part of the development.
Yeah.
That was really important to me.
Yeah. The project manager or somebody who worked on a producer or something was at that Play Live event that I was at, and he was talking about it and saying they just felt special to have shared that with the world, those stories. Yeah. And so, again, it feels more like an interactive book in that way. And there's definitely gameplay. And you have a little wolf or something, a wolf cub with you.
A wolf or fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a white fox, because in one of the videos it talks about how the only animal he had to make for entertainment in the village when he was growing up in real life was a fox.
Oh, okay.
So I think it kind of goes around with that.
And unfortunately, if you make missed certain jumps, the fox dies.
Oh my god.
He kind of goes in the water. I watch it. He's like, oh, there goes the fox.
After
like Yoshi.
Yeah. But a wolf.
After seeing that death animation 40 times, it stops looking so
You're like,
sad.
no,
It's
no.
like, why are you facing the other direction, little girl? It died over here. Stop.
Oh.
No.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, people should go check that out. Never Alone. It's on Xbox Live Arcade.
Maybe I'm playing it on Steam.
You're playing it on Steam.
Yeah.
I think it's on Xbox. Oh, it's on PS4 as well. So if it's on PS4, it's got to be on XBLA. I will look that up before this.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Bigger release.
I love it. And what else? So you're playing Spelunky and Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And
On the 3DS? Or
Smash? No, I actually don't even own a Wii U, but I have so many different groups of friends that are playing it that I went from being the worst person ever at that game.
I'm terrible at that game, but I like it.
We probably would be a great matchup to fight against each other.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like 2 little kids you give with, it works. The controller's plugged in. It's not plugged in.
But that's kind of a button
It's not
mashy.
doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
It's kind of button mashy, though, right? I mean, anybody can play that game.
yeah.
Wow. Actually,
Unless you're actually good at it.
I know.
But-
I'm gonna
Yeah.
retract my statement right now, because everybody who just heard me say that says he's an asshole because I'm really good at that game. I'm just shitty at it. That's what I'm
If
saying.
you play
okay.
like Kinsey, then yeah, you're button match. Because every single fighting game I try to do. I'm not a fighting game person. I'm not good at them. But
Same.
I try to do the moves. But then me trying to do the moves and failing gets me killed faster than button mashing.
Oh.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I'm failing at every move that
You're
I
kind
try
of
to
in your
like
head.
do.
You're not really actually playing. You're like, gotta push up and right and
Yep,
A.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I might as well just button mash. And
gotta
sometimes that works better.
What I usually do is I just spend like a little bit of time, alone, just do one player, or whatever the practice thing is, and just like trying those moves. But yeah,
It has a really fun variant where it's a little bit like Mario Party, and you actually have these little figurines that bounce around the screen, and
Oh, nice.
there's a counter. You try to press it right when you get 6 moves, or it'll be 1 depending on when you press it. You collect power-ups, and if you happen to run into each other, then you fight based on all the power-ups you've collected.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's in the 3DS version.
I have no idea, but definitely the Wii U.
It's in the Wii U version.
Yeah.
Okay, because the 3DS version has a little bit more of like I have a character in a way, and I can like unlock new moves. That's what I heard.
Okay.
And that's the stuff that I don't think is transferable to the Wii U version.
That's unfortunate.
It's just kind of like it's just its own little thing.
It sounds like Nintendo isn't really caught up on how to transfer saves on the cloud or do
they just
anything
don't
like
care.
that. They
I don't think they have a cloud.
They have a small puff.
Puff of data.
Puff of data. Well, by the way, I looked it up. Neverlone is on XBLA, so it's on PS4 as well. So go get it. It's cool. Like
definitely
a little history lesson for you as well. And Valiant Hearts, still awesome.
Oh god, it's so good. Well, it won Best Narrative, I think, at the Game Awards.
Oh, the Game Awards. That's right.
Yeah.
Did you see those? They were really fun.
I was
actually.
supposed to watch it, and I haven't gotten a chance yet. But it was great.
It's a streaming. You could go to thegameawards.com. You can still see it right now.
Nice.
Replay of it. And we talked about it in the podcast, but Jeff Keighley basically helped fund the whole thing because of last year's debacle. And yeah, we're really excited that he pulled it off. So good on you, Jeff Keighley. I'm playing, of course, Dragon Age, and I'm just started the demo, which means now I'm going to buy it. Lego Batman 3.
Mm-hmm. I heard that's really good.
It's real good.
Oh.
It's real fucking funny and good. And there's like little mini Adam West you can get, and it's ridiculous. It knows it's ridiculous, and it just owns it. And anything that with all those, Lego games, talk about addictive properties.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Must get all those Lego pieces. There's something cathartic about just coming home and being like, I got all those things. I got all of them,
Do you get all of them per level? That's insane.
I shoot for it. It just feels comfortable in a weird way, and someone listening probably knows this feeling, and maybe you guys do too, but it just feels comfortable at least trying. Like,
yeah.
You in that game, you break everything. You start in the Batcave, and I immediately break the Bat computer. I need to get the Legos from that.
Yeah.
Like whatever pieces are in that, I need to get that. So even if it's important, and
if you just want to piss Alfred off the whole time.
He's there, right there too. He's looking at me.
Oh, I heard he uses his like a serving plate.
Yes, as a weapon. Yeah. That game is real fun.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to purchase it. After the demo, I'm actually going to buy it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyways, I could go on about other things I'm playing, but I play just like you. I play 18 games at once. So let's get into what I was going to get into, which is Christmas video game memories. This is our Christmas episode.
Yay, I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. You guys are not.
Oh,
we aren't
yes, you are.
doing that.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
Link.
It's a Zelda Link one.
That's awesome. Where'd you get it?
Nintendo World.
Oh.
Whatever.
You didn't see that on the mic, but she did the neck nod thing.
She was proud. Very proud.
Nintendo World in New York?
No.
Wait,
in
where?
Redmond.
There's
it's like employee only.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there's a Nintendo World in New York, like a store that everybody can go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's not everyone can go to.
Yeah, it's special.
And I got to go.
hence the neck nod. Is it called neck nod? I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah. Neck nod. Let's go with that.
Wait, can that be the name of this episode?
Everyone's like, what is that?
I'll call the episode neck nod and be like, what is that? I don't think I want to watch that podcast. I don't know what neck nod is. I think it's dirty.
It's better than
nod in your house.
it's better than penis eye.
Yeah, I was going to say neck nod / penis eye.
No.
Why am I whispering?
Those are two things that work in a sentence, though, when you're trying to neck nod out of the way from penis eye.
Oh, you got a neck nod out of the penis eye.
Yeah.
There's a lot of penis eye. The only way to get out of that situation is the neck nod.
Yeah.
And we're done.
Hilarious.
Good night. Mic is dropped. Christmas gaming memories. We all have them. It's fun. It's Christmas time. Let's talk about Christmas gaming memories. Who wants to start? I will open up the floor.
I guess I'll start. Well, I remember like video game stuff like almost every Christmas. But some of the big ones were probably like, so I was late to the PlayStation because I had my 64 and my Genesis for like way past their prime. Mm-hmm. But I got my PlayStation 1 for Christmas, and I got Final Fantasy 7 and 8.
Oh my God. Whoa,
and
at
9.
the time of it.
I got all 3. Well, no, that was a lie. I got 8 and 9 and a Fred Meyer gift card, and that got 7.
7, okay.
Wow.
So then I had all 3, and that's pretty much what I did the entirety of Christmas break.
That is the genesis of you loving role-playing games, right?
Yeah.
Or no, because you liked them on the Genesis, and there was none on the N64.
No, not really.
Besides Zelda. But there
It's not
was...
an RPG.
I know.
It's an adventure game.
Mm-hmm. And there was no RPG. Oh, Phantasy Star was on Genesis. Did you play that? Mm-mm. Oh my goodness, you didn't?
I only played platformers. I was like 9.
So PlayStation made you excited for RPGs?
Yeah. So I guess, yeah. Sorry, Epiphany.
I know.
I think my first RPGs for Final Fantasy. So.
But Final Fantasy 8.
I started with 9.
Oh.
Because the cover was cuter, you guys.
Sure.
Okay.
I guess.
I was 14.
You can't see this on the mic, but I'm neck nodding. So you had 7, 8, and 9, and you played 9 first, which is weird, but okay.
I played 9 first, and then I played 8.
Okay.
And then I played 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
how did you feel about the graphics? How did you feel about the narrative? Any weird feelings?
It was weird going to 7, because I also didn't have any friends who played video games.
Oh, okay.
So I had no idea that 7 was the one everyone, blows their load over. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. That was me. I'm sorry. But yeah, so
Strategy guide's all sticky now.
Oh. You could have left it alone.
I like
you
how-
could have left it alone.
I couldn't have.
Carlos is trying to bring us away from this pitiful banter.
Hey, listen, I understand that
help
this
it.
podcast is called Peanut already, so let's just keep going with that.
P9 neck nod.
Peanut neck nod.
Oh, that just sounds good.
It sounds
Does
good.
it? Does it, though?
But then I think about it more, and I'm like, what is
I don't
that?
think too much about it.
So, RPGs.
Anyways, I did think 7 was ugly.
Blocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The polygons were just like,
Oh,
use 4 for an arm.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, and especially the cutscenes. Granted, they're not in-game graphics, but whatever. I was 14. In 8 and 9, I just remember just fawning over them. I have the entire ending cutscene of Final Fantasy 9 on VHS because I recorded it, and then I made my non-video game friends watch it.
You tell me that story, and
they're
that
just
is
like,
adorable.
"This is ridiculous," and I'm like, "What? This is amazing!" And I'm almost crying, and I'm.
I don't blame you. It hit me when I was early too to watch those and be like, oh my god, but yes, find love.
Yeah.
Do it. I don't know what love is. I'm 12, but
Yeah,
do it
it was
anyways.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then I had a Christmas where I got the 64 and Diddy Kong Racing.
Ooh, that's a fun
I got
game.
those two
fun.
for Christmas.
That's a fun for Christmas, too, because other people can play it with you, and you're all having fun.
Yeah, I didn't just run off my room and play Final Fantasy.
Right. But that N64 was before that.
It was way before that. Yeah.
All right, and John, about you?
The quintessential, maybe 4 or 5 years old, getting my first NES, waking up to that, and
Was it on the TV? I feel like parents did that. It's already on. And that never happened to me, but I see that.
Didn't happen to me either. Dang.
It's on the television. The Nintendo's turned on.
oh
You ever had that?
no,
Okay.
I
Maybe that's just in a fever dream I had once. But it seemed like a cool concept. You wake up and all of a sudden, the Nintendo's on the television. That'd be pretty cool.
I never remember getting my NES.
I might be
Weird.
creating these memories a bit.
Oh, yeah.
But I do
That's fine.
remember how much it affected me from that moment on, because I didn't have friends at that time. I was the first one to get a NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and oh my god, I actually enjoyed Duck Hunt. I actually enjoyed Mario to a point where I was like, oh wait, this brings me comfort in the real world. I'm gonna stick with this. This is something good here. So my first Christmas memory in gaming is yeah, I think it shaped
Nintendo.
why I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Ooh. Which, by the way, we didn't talk about in the beginning. You do indie game development.
Yeah. Working with a team called Diadem Studios, and we have one release on iOS called Specimen. I helped that a little bit, but then a current release we're working on right now is Blue Monarch, which is kind of a, oh my god, I'm spacing.
There's blue in it.
Yes, there is.
And
I know
perhaps
that.
some butterflies.
There might be a monarch.
Or kings.
Help me out here. I'm
one or the other.
So I do the development. I do the tools for the designers. So the actual designers who are implementing the game strategies, I don't work with quite yet. But help me out here. Dota, League of Legends is a
MOBA.
MOBA. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm gonna get kicked later.
We'll edit this out. We won't edit this out.
No. So yeah, we're working on that, and we want a demo maybe by January, February.
Oh,
It'll
sweet.
just be a simple little thing to play.
So I can go to PAX East with it?
That's a
You would have
really
time.
good question.
I think you'd have time.
That would be a good question.
And if so, we can meet because I'm going to go and we can have beers. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I think I'm going to
would
go
love to.
too.
Are you? We're all, high five. Quick on the
Yeah.
podcast. Yay.
Oh.
Wait, that was a shitty high five.
wait, okay, on
That's,
3.
Oh, wait.
What?
How are we doing? Oh, we're doing
1,
4. Okay.
2, 3.
Terrible. We're not trying that ever again. There will never be a 3-person high five on this podcast. I'm making the mandate right now.
Man. Well, the first time I hit my mic and I was like, I can't try as hard next time.
I think
and
I
then I didn't try at all.
I might have spit at some point.
For everyone at home, it looked like we were praying to each other, and they got mad and slapped each other in the face.
/ we would just look. Oh, you know what we would look like? We were doing a neck nod with the whole. There was like peni in the room.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we look like.
Thank you for bringing it back.
Yeah,
after how
you
much
know.
you hated it.
I do hate it still.
I'm getting warm, you guys. I'm laughing too much.
So, how do I come out of this?
So,
It is
develop-
Blue Monarch.
Yeah.
Go check it out. What's the website for the diet? What's it called again? Diet.
Google Diadem Studios. I actually don't,
Okay.
I don't run the website, so
Yeah.
you'll find it right
You'll find
away.
it.
And yeah,
So I brought that up because you're like, that's how I got into video games and doing that as kind of a living. And I think that, a ton of us were inspired by Nintendo. Just that kind of wonderment, the idea that this is another art form, this is another medium that we can work in. And I think, I was in computers, Commodore 64. Before that, it kind of really IBM, Apple stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been interested in that whole landscape. And I played Ultima, was one of my first role-playing games because I'm ancient. Like Ultima 1, Alcabeth, like really old school stuff.
I haven't even heard of Alcabeth.
Alcabeth is basically Ultima. It's just
Okay.
he called something. It's very nerdy, but he like that whole stuff was really interesting. But Nintendo was the first time I was like, oh shit, mainstream. Everybody can get into it,
Right.
And now it's going to be a fucking thing. It's not like Joe Schmo making a game and putting it in a little plastic wrap and selling it at a trade show. It was like, this is in Toys R Us. And like
Yeah.
everybody can be interested in this thing,
Yeah.
which means that big business, Sega, at Sony, all of them were like looking at this, going like, "Oh crap, this is a really viable thing." And I think then Nintendo started that. So
I owe Nintendo a lot, as much as I was begging on their cloud ability earlier.
yeah.
I'm so thankful that
their
they did
puff
what they
ability.
did.
They have
Their
a
puff.
puff. Yeah, they don't have a.
I think that's what they're
wow.
calling it in the design team right now. Is their puff ability
Yeah.
on Twitter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, totally, that's awesome. Yeah, Nintendo was so many kids' Christmases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember when I got my Nintendo. It could have been Christmas. But I mean, like, me and the Nintendo are the same age. So, like...
Was it 1986 or 5?
85.
85.
yeah.
It's 1 year older than me then. Okay.
And when you're older, I'm 1 year older then. Anyways, I played a lot of that, but we originally got it for my dad. Like, it was my dad's toy.
Okay.
So,
Which is such an interesting kind of thought.
yeah, we couldn't play until he beat Zelda.
Yeah.
So,
was
was
that
like
fun
his
for
thing.
you to have to watch?
I watched it, and I remember we had, like, one crappy hint book, which I couldn't really read. But, like,
Yeah.
I tried. I had the maps.
There was Kristen, who was going to be on the podcast, and Kristen Bornman. She works with Guild Wars. She talked about her family growing up, and they like Zelda was like a family event.
Oh, wow.
Like they all like helped each other like figure out how to beat the game. It was like adorable.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that being your first memory to be like, let's all work on Zelda together.
That's a perfect memory. There's
Yeah,
nothing to add to that.
You know what? Can we just make that our memory?
Can I
Like-
take her memory, please?
Yeah, Eternal
Yeah.
Sunshine in the Spotless Mind shit. Like, be
Oh.
like, no, that's my memory.
Oh my
also,
God.
Yeah.
Let's make this.
yeah, because my memory is much more dark
Yeah, mine wasn't
of
very
Zelda.
fun.
Yeah.
I think my dad like didn't want me there while he was playing.
Kinsey, get away. This RPG isn't for you. Well,
But what about you, Carlos? Your
oh,
Christmas
why? Thanks
memories?
for asking. Because I am 142 years old, young. I mean, actually, one of my first Christmas memories, well, a holiday memory was going over to somebody's house with the Atari, and it was on the television. Again, an old wood paneled television. You
I
know.
had one of those.
Yeah,
you? Okay.
That was mine too.
And I don't know if it was Christmas. It feels like it was Christmas. It might have been Thanksgiving, but some sort of holiday where we're all like, "The fuck is this thing? It's on television." Like Pac-Man was playing, and obviously we'd played Pac-Man in the arcade, and it was not that game.
No, Pac-Man on the Atari looks terrible.
Terrible.
He doesn't even like turn his head. He just always faces the same direction.
Yeah, Danny
You just
on it.
Pac-Man the mic.
Yeah. But even so back then I knew like, that's not the arcade game. But still, it was something wonderment about it, you know? So that was a kind of a holiday early memory. And then one of the first ones was, it's so weird. There was an Atari 5200 or Atari 7800. I can't remember which one it was. And the fact that they made multiple models is weird.
Let's cross our fingers for the 7800 because it was better.
Okay. I think it might have been.
On assumption, or you know this for fact?
I know.
I think she
You did.
knows.
Okay.
Yeah. She does video game trivia. She
Well,
knows.
the 7800 also plays 4800 games.
Right.
Yeah,
Ooh.
2400 games. 4800.
Like a virtual.
Nice.
What?
Wait, you know your shit and then you just said that? I'm doing a neck knot over here.
Oh, I'm losing it, you guys. I'm warm.
You had like one beer.
No, I'm warm.
Oh.
I'm like...
The warmth does
I'm
it?
getting warm.
You can take the sweater
It's
off now.
Link. Link is.
We'll take a picture later. She's got a Christmas sweater on. She feels like she needs to keep wearing it.
It's really hot. Like, that's all I'm saying.
I think it might have been the 7800 because I think remembering that it played more than just the 7800 games.
Okay.
If those ones play the 2400 too.
Yeah, it does.
And that sounds like a parent thing to be like, which one's the best value?
Yeah.
I think the one that plays more than just those games. But, you know, it wasn't a good system really. But it was just more like we got that system, which I grew up poor as shit. And to have any sort of like video game console as a present for me and my brother, we're, 6 years apart. We were like, what the fuck? That's incredible, you know?
Yeah.
So we got the 7800. We didn't give a shit, whatever games were on it. I think Popeye was one of them because I really loved Popeye.
Oh.
And then we got two sleds. It was like the 7800 and two sleds. And we lived in upstate New York where snow is all over the place. And
Sounds like a
sleds
great Christmas.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big deal. I remember I can literally see the snapshot in my mind of the two sleds next to the tree because you can't wrap them.
Yeah.
And this big box, and me and my brother are like, oh, that's a video game system.
I want to switch my memory now. I don't want.
Oh, you
Link
don't want the
anymore.
Zelda one?
I want these two sleds in the system now.
Well, the thing is, the system wasn't that good.
At the time, you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You were. Just
I was
all
like,
over
yeah,
it.
it was basically open possibility. Like, that's a thing that will play things.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah,
awesome. You could
yeah.
play, like, Warlords and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
kinds of great
We
stuff.
didn't get Warlords.
Oh.
But I think we did get Popeye. So, yeah, that was my biggest one. And then I think another Christmas we got ColecoVision, which is also huge. The controller is absolute rubbish, but it did have, like, arcade-like graphics. Like, one of the first ones we were like,
It
oh,
was a lot
that's
better.
pretty incredible.
It doesn't have, like, I love the original Donkey Kong on the Atari 2400 because, like, he looks like Gingerbread Man.
Oh, yeah.
Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go see this.
He's just,
I don't
like,
remember.
brown and has a round head and arms. Like,
That was the whole era of, like, we can sell this to kids, right? It's the same thing, right? My last Christmas memory real quick, and there's obviously tons of them, but this one's ridiculous, and I don't think I've ever told it on a podcast, but there was I was in Seattle. I just moved here back in 97 and 98. I had my brother come out to live here because he was in New York, and I was like, you should come out here. So he did. And he lived here, and he was working at Microsoft, actually, doing customer support. No, Nintendo. He started Nintendo.
Very close.
So he was doing that, but he was really poor, and, I was working at Amazon at the time. So I'd gotten some money, nothing like fancy stock, but, like, I was making regular money. And I didn't tell him I love doing surprise shit,
Oh.
So I didn't tell him that I was saving money for a GameCube,
ooh.
which was hot at that moment, like fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my game. I still love my GameCube.
It's still fucking great. Four fucking inputs for the controllers.
That's when I fell off for a few years.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Unfortunately, my friends had them. I was like, that's amazing. That little disc. And
The disc, and also it loaded fast. You know what I mean? I feel like everything just loaded like instantly.
The first Animal Crossing in the U.S.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Not in Japan, but
And they had that. Is that the one that had the mic, or is that the Wii?
GameCube had some mic. Yeah,
The mic, right? Yeah, for Animal Crossing.
You need it for Mario Party and Odama. It was the command pinball game.
yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
okay.
That was fun. So he didn't think I was getting him like anything fancy, and I had been saving money aside. And so basically, I gave him all the presents, and then that whole thing of like, oh wait, I forgot one,
Oh yeah.
And in the back, I brought it out, and it was this. I basically, the GameCube's really small, so I got this massive box. But then I put like really weird things alongside of it, like paper rolls, like paper towel rolls, and just weird things that are all oblong shape. And it was like the biggest box in the world with all these crazy shapes coming off of it. He's like, thanks for another present I wasn't expecting, but what the hell is this? And literally it took him like, a long time to get to the actual center of it, which is the GameCube, and he lost his shit. It was like the best surprise ever because A, he didn't expect that I had any money, and then B, it was the craziest box ever.
How old was he when he got that?
I was 21.
Dude, that's a really nice person to give at 21.
16. No, so I was 21 too.
Yeah.
So he was like probably 17 or something like that.
Wow. You changed his life with that.
It was a pretty cool moment, yeah. I have a picture somewhere. Like that one picture of like me trying to like really quickly take a picture while he's freaking out.
Yeah.
He could have been the N64 kid all over again.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break after those Christmas memories. And we're going to have some more drinks, and then we'll come back after this musical interlude and talk about the news. And there's a couple Christmas things in it.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty great. And then give me here to John.
All right, how am I doing here?
You're good now.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
I keep doing that. I don't know why. I've never had this problem before. I think
you got to have the
nervous
nervous church hands put like in the lap.
I don't know what to do with them.
People, every time we do the podcast, at least one time in the podcast, people do this because they're talking.
I was almost. You probably saw me go like, oh, you're like, don't go down.
Whoa, no.
Don't go down.
Do you guys ever watch like real TV, like not Netflix, not like Channel 5?
Oh, like on at the same time it's being broadcast?
Yeah, like real TV.
Oh,
weird.
A DVR. I don't know what this is. What is this?
Well, there's a PayPal commercial, and like it's like this girl talking about, I don't know, her money getting stolen or identity, whatever. But in the like foreground, there's these little like sketchy like cartoons. Have you seen this Have you seen this commercial?
Seen the commercial.
Oh my god! And like in the first part, it's like these guys trying to take her money or whatever. I don't even know what they're doing. They're adorable. They look kind of like the Minions from Despicable Me,
which I love those.
But they're just like in black like robber outfits. They got one big eye, but they have really long arms and they're walking around like this.
Oh, they have like a trench coat. They're stacked on each other type of thing. No, a different.
They're just like shaped like the Minions.
Oh, okay.
But like they're wearing like all black, but then their arms are all long and wiggly. And Tony was like, if you robbed places, it would be just like that.
That's awesome.
I keep thinking of the little PayPal guys.
What a great segue, by the way, about robbing places. Because GTA Online now features adorable snowball fights and ugly sweater parties. Oh my God. That was a segue, right? Because you said robbing, and now this is GTA Online.
Yeah.
You rob
sure.
things? Mm-hmm. Hey, we're doing the news now. And it's there's a little kind of festive surprise update is what they call it for GTA Online, which adds snowball fights, Christmas sweaters like the one Kinsey's wearing, kind of, and more.
They should do like GTA Find the Pickle, because that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Lead me into this thought process. What is this?
Find the Pickle?
Yeah.
It's like a American Christmas tradition.
Oh, I guess
that,
I'm
like,
not from America.
I never did it when I was little either, so you're okay.
Okay.
But like that's why there's weird pickle ornaments in like all the like Hallmark stores and places that sell Christmas ornaments.
Okay.
Like I'm sure you've probably seen those.
All
you're
the
like,
Hallmarks in
right.
my area went out of business, so I don't know.
But you hide the pickle ornament on the Christmas tree,
Oh.
and whichever kid finds it on Christmas morning, like, gets a special present.
I had no idea.
Yeah, but it makes for a really good joke most of the time.
Yeah.
She's like most of the time.
Until you have somebody ask, could you explain your joke?
That happened last time I made this joke too.
Maybe don't make the joke anymore. Anyways, if you want to wear a Christmas sweater and throw snowballs in GTA
Then
online,
play bully.
Then play bully or download this update.
Are either of you guys playing GTA?
No.
I did play it through in the third person mode, and we talked about this on the podcast. That the first person mode makes you feel real gross and creepy.
Yeah, I watched the video of it. I would feel very creepy playing that.
Yeah.
Especially with an Oculus Wrist.
Oh, yeah. Then
God.
Especially creepy.
Yeah.
But that shit's coming, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play Sneak King with the Oculus.
Sneaking?
Do you guys remember
Sneak King?
Sneak King?
Burger King game.
It's a Burger King game,
Yeah.
and you like play like as the king, but it's all like first person where you like, but you're looking at him as though you're wearing the mask.
Oh, God.
So it has like the eye holes, and you can hear him breathing.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
The king.
But you like have to like surprise people and be like, "Do you want a burger?" But I want to play that with the Oculus.
Do you get a burger van?
One can only hope. One
Okay,
can only
okay.
hope.
It's real ridiculous.
Sorry, GTA.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Please go on a Burger King Sneak King rant. Anyways, it's just a thing. If you're in the Christmas spirit, this is part of one of the only Christmas news stories we have. So if you want to wear sweaters, and at some point in the screenshot, I'm seeing someone in a mask that looks like a gingerbread man.
Oh, creepy.
Which is creepy only. Yeah. But he's robbing a place, which is my whole segue.
It looks like he's saying, love me and I'm robbing you.
Yeah, please take a bite of my head because I'm tasty. Also give me all your money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing that happened.
That's a good line.
Another news story that happened. No, it isn't. Big news today. Big news from Mojang.com.
Oh, I saw this.
Minecraft Story Mode, a Telltale game.
What the hell?
The internet lost its shit.
Wow. Yeah, it splooged over itself.
Yeah, people were angry.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Here's the thing. If you want to get the best way this was kind of told to the internet, there's a link that I'll put in the show notes called InfoQuest 2. And it's basically like a little Minecraft cartoon GIF thing that you can actually interact with Telltale style. And you're talking to Mojang and being like, what's this about a game? And it's really funny. So it's actually a fun little interactive kind of thing how to talk about that this thing's happening. But yeah, Minecraft Story Mode will be a narrative-driven video game created by Telltale Games. It will be about Minecraft. Mojang is collaborating with Telltale, so it's actually like a collaboration. Coming out in 2015, we don't know when. Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Mac, iOS, and Android.
Ooh.
Every platform.
What do you guys think?
I know that the internet got mad. A lot of people are mad.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't really like Minecraft. I played it for a while and I never got the hang of it. I don't like building stuff in a game, mainly because I'm not good enough at it. I'm not creative enough that my house is going to be a square that has a bed in it. That's all I'm going to do, and then I'm going to wander.
Like your real house.
Like my real house.
Sorry. She always talks about our apartment being one.
It's very small.
1 foot.
You'll make your studio in Minecraft.
Pretty
basically.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the fact that I don't understand how Minecraft can have a narrative makes me intrigued.
Me too. I always wonder about how I try to do Minecraft. I really love narratives, hence DAI and all those other things we will not speak of. And with Minecraft, I sometimes would get into my own storytelling, in my own head, but then I had friends that went off and started servers, started mining, started creating these huge colonies, and I was like, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. But to have a narrative element, I would love to try that. I think it would be good.
Well, so if it's Telltale, like they did with Borderlands, which Kinsey's playing a little of.
Mm-hmm. I played the first episode.
Nice. The Telltale Borderlands, at that point, when Telltale takes it over, they make it Telltale. Mm-hmm. So it's almost it's still not like you're playing Minecraft and then going through a mission. You're playing characters in this world that Telltale tells a very funny and interesting story.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a sidestep. It's not like Minecraft with now a story mode. It's more like here's a story happened to be set in the Minecraft world. But that should be funny because fucking Telltale's funny as shit. So
yeah, and I love The Wolf Among Us. That was one of my favorite games of this year. Even though I think the first episode technically came out in December, but whatever.
It was a while back, but I love that game. I didn't play it like a real person, though. I played it as though my friends and I would get together and we'd set our own narrative on top of it. So I don't actually know what happened.
Oh, that's cool.
The whole game was just me trying to find my father. So every time we interviewed a new man, is this my father? And try to.
Oh,
meta.
I see.
That's very meta.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, no, not at all.
I don't know what the word meta means, so continue.
But yeah, it was so fun to do that. But there's some games where I just play like that. I dilute it by having friends, and we'll just make our own little narrative. But then Mojang, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna always say
Mojang.
It wrong. Mojang, Jangin, Mojang. I think, I'd play it for sure.
I kind of want to watch what you are doing now, though. That kind of. That should be a YouTube video of you playing.
We do that, yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we do a scary version. I don't have the channel off the top of my head, but we'll do that. We'll just set our own little stories up with a group of friends. We'll usually put the camera on the PS4 on one person, and just, this person's scared by everything.
So it's only scary specific games?
Yeah, we haven't tried anything, but that's a really good point. I do now want to record my dad's stories. It'll be like... What are the daytime shows these days? It's John Fitzgerald goes on to find his father.
Yeah, I 100% want to hear that version.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I think we'll have to talk offline about making something happen because
Sounds
that's
good.
fun. It's a thing. And what I was going to say about earlier, I think after a certain age, and this is a kind of a big topic, but we can just digress in a minute. But I think the youngins, like the Minecraft, that we don't understand what is in their brain about it. Like there's something going on with young people and Minecraft. Kind of in the Lego way. Like obviously when I was young and when we were all young, we like Legos. Legos are still fun. But there's just something else about the YouTube part of it and how they do their own community around the game. I did the dumb thing on this show I did called Screen Terror where I made fun of them.
Oh, watch out.
In the first episode of my show, just suicide.
Yeah.
And because I was just trying to take the piss out of them and be like, it's not that big of a deal. Calm down, something. No. They were like, fuck this guy. Let's fucking destroy him. They came around later on. The good news is we did okay, and we actually promoted some of their levels, and I got what they were about, and I kind of pulled back a little bit. But that's the same kind of thing. It's like I was taking the piss out of them for fun, but I did not understand it, and I still don't. There's something else that as you get it, if you're not young, you don't get, I think.
It's very strange, like the hyperbole that South Park recently did, that episode about kids watching people play. There's that element, but you're talking about just the actual playing of Minecraft. You don't understand how it's so engaging.
Yeah, I mean, because I love creating things.
I got bored.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's the wanting the fiction, maybe being older, wanting novels, stories, being fully immersed in stuff. Maybe that's part of it. But that would be kind of sad if kids don't want to be immersed in something. That wouldn't make sense. So
I'm kind of excited that it does help generate more engineers and more people in that aspect. But then the other side of people who are creating narratives just on their own. We can't actually see the kids creating these little worlds in their minds, but I might be a little jaded on myself. My creative level has dropped since childhood, but being a child like that, I bet it's much more engaging than we give it credit for.
Yeah, like you said, even just what you were saying before, you're making your own kind of stories up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're doing that. There's something that's lost in my my old brain. I've been doing too many neck nods. I don't know. I'm trying to bring that back now every time.
Those will get you. Well,
let's move
right
on.
In the eye.
What?
I was going to say adventure games are kind of in right now. So, and Grim Fandango, comes out next month.
It's next month. I didn't know.
Next month.
You got me really excited.
I'm really excited.
Now that isn't a new game though, right? It's just a reboot.
It's a remaster.
A remaster, yeah. Okay. Because that's the only problem I had with that. Again, love Grim Fandango, love it. Love Schaefer, all of the stuff. But then he announced also Maniac Mansion at the Game Awards, I think, another remastered, right? And I was like, well, yeah, but I played it. I love it. It was a big part of my growing up, but I have played it.
But see, I've never actually played Grim Fandango.
Oh, then that's perfect.
Oh, you never have. That was one of the first games that, along with Final Fantasy VII, like we were talking off the podcast, that was something for me that shaped you can create fun and interesting characters who have lives, and it's not just a procedurally generated, or not, you didn't really have procedurally generated back then, but you had laid out levels.
Right.
You couldn't actually talk. So
yeah. Well, either way. All right, let's moving on to the next story, which we'll just talk about briefly, is that the Polygon gave the expansion for Destiny a 5.
Do you say Dickspansion? Because
Nope.
that's what I heard.
dodge them.
No.
Don't let it hit your eye.
I did a neck nod before that happened, by the way.
Good job.
Yeah. No, I said Polygon gave the... I don't know. We can play it back. They gave him a 5.
I want to have heard dicks, but I didn't hear dicks.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I think you just heard it.
Got dicks on the brain.
Dicks on the Brain. That's the name of the podcast. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
The Dark Below, the DLC, Polygon gave it a 5. Most people are going meh to it. You haven't played it, though, right, Kinsey?
No, I will, probably, though.
But
I
you
know
still
I will.
because of the addiction.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit.
We got to be clean and Destiny sober. We can't endure anymore.
Once I beat Dragon Age, I'll probably go back to it.
You shouldn't.
Don't. There's so much more to play.
I know, and I have a Destiny date tomorrow with my friend, who just started. So I'm like,
well, that's different.
it's going to pull me back in.
Yeah, just don't be Destinying alone. The saddest people Destiny alone.
Do you know how long I Destinied alone, but patrol missions? Do you know how long I did that?
Patrol missions. Oh, no. Those things I did them too much.
I did that for like an embarrassing amount of time.
Yeah. But hey, you got a little bit of. I've been off it for so long. I'm forgetting the lingo. You chased that brown engram.
What? That sounds dirty.
I got some glimmer.
Glimmer? Yeah, that's right. Glimmer. I always had too much glimmer. I was always rich. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. But I will play it again just because I want to see what they did with it. It sounded like they actually made the upgrades of items a lot clearer, easier.
Yeah.
You're not trying to fight, was it Atheon? Did you ever play that, the final level?
Yeah. I beat the game.
You did. Okay.
Yeah, well, the story.
Yeah. Oh, man. People hate me after playing that. I was always the guy who's like, I've only done this once. Can you help guide me? And they guided me, and they're very clear, but I could never figure it out. I always killed myself.
I just beat the whole thing with my little brother. Like, we played through the whole story mode together.
Oh, nice. Well, that's fun.
It was really fun. That's why I
Yeah.
liked Destiny so much.
Okay.
Hashtag adorbs.
Yeah. Indeed.
So, I don't think it's very good. If you're wondering if it's good, I heard it's not.
I'll still play it.
If you have the addiction, you'll still play it. Next story is kind of interesting in the fact that we've all been talking about how PlayStation's just killing it, destroying it, doing really well. And then these numbers came out.
Oh, I saw that.
About Xbox One actually beating PlayStation 4 in some sales. So here are the numbers. Microsoft Corporation celebrated a major victory. That's kind of heavy-handed. In November, after NPD announced that Xbox One had sold 1.2 million units and no information for PlayStation 4's figures. They hid them all of a sudden. And then people think they sold about 700 to 800,000 units. So it's not crazy amount more, but definitely a swing, a bit of a swing.
It's funny because the last podcast I was on, I said PlayStation 4 is winning, and I literally saw that article the next day. And I was like, damn it, Kinsey.
Lies.
You're just kidding. Well, I wonder what that's from, though, because, have they done anything? What have they done that's different? Or what do they... Because the whole Tomb Raider thing was Tomb Raider was going to supposedly be exclusive to Xbox One.
Yeah.
/360 or just Xbox One. Anyways. And then it came out that, no, we're just kidding. It'll probably be on PlayStation 4 and PC.
Yeah.
So it's not that.
And PlayStation 4 just got Street Fighter 5.
Only? That's right.
PS4 and PC.
The Game Awards said that too.
Yeah.
But I think all this stuff is bullshit because then they later come out and they're like, we're just kidding. It's just timed exclusives and then you get it later.
Probably.
Right?
I hope so.
I haven't heard anything about timed exclusive for Street Fighter, but...
Well, besides Sunset Overdrive, this is the only one I can think of, really off the top of my head.
And then Forza.
The Order 1886.
The Order is only Xbox One?
I think that's only Xbox One. I know, you're like, what's the reason for us to buy one? But there's that. It's generally few and far between where it's exclusive.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are really liking Forza, but I don't care.
I have a lot of friends that really enjoy that, as well as the new Halo release, or not new. The release date on Gamefly says December 31st. I doubt that's actually happening sometime in 2015. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's why I'm buying an Xbox One.
It's for the Halo?
Eventually, yeah. Mm-hmm. First-person shooters. That's what was my first addiction that led me to Destiny.
Oh, what's your Destiny?
Oh, hashtag Destiny. Mm-hmm. Nathan was on last podcast and talked about Storm Island from Forza and how it's a whole expansion where you go to a place where it's just storming the whole time and the trees bend and the wind actually picks up your car a little bit, or the handling is affected by it.
Oh, like driving in my car?
I guess so in general, yeah.
I drive a
miniature car.
A smart car, and when the wind hits that, I can feel it. Or if a semi truck goes by, either way.
Oh, God.
I can feel it.
So, yes, like that.
Oh, sweet. No, I do that every day. And I don't care about driving games.
That actually sounds fun, though.
It does.
I've slowly gotten into the driving game world through friends, and now I'm starting to see that would be actually interesting. Because I like to think of it as me actually driving. Yeah. Put in first-person mode and think, what would I do in this situation?
You know what? I am going to definitely bring on... I've worked with somebody. His name is Connor, and he is... one of these people. I actually met the guy who runs the biggest website for Gran Turismo, GT Planet. Oh my goodness, I'm going to forget his name. Is Jordan, I think. Oh no. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
So awesome. But when I met him, I figured out this world that I didn't understand that existed, which was, it's people who are really passionate about car driving games, down to the fact that like they're trying to mimic, everything you would experience in a car. There's not many games that do that. Like last podcast, we talked about Flight Simulator coming back,
right?
Which is weird because like that's definitely was a thing where you tried to simulate being in a huge airplane.
And I liked those games when I was younger because I could play them on the computer with a flight stick. And it was awesome.
And for us, that was like a lot of control over something. Like, whoa, that's pretty intense. And we're actually kind of excited about Dovetail working on the new Flight Simulator. But I think that, like the idea that people are really excited about the car thing, and then you just forget that whole world exists, where people are like, no, this is fun because they're getting their kind of like nerd on.
Totally.
Car nerd.
Car tuning is a nerd thing.
Yeah, that's what
I used to think like, oh, you're just a gearhead. You don't really know. It's whatever. You're a mechanic. But no, it scratches an itch. They learn everything they can about that one thing.
Yep.
And it delights them.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that.
Have you guys heard of Auto Mechanic Simulator? Because that's a game.
Is that on the Steam sale today?
It might be.
I just bought a bus simulator on Steam for like $2.
I have a friend who like Auto Mechanic Simulator. I think that might not be the name, but it's really close. That was one of his favorite games of 2014.
Wow.
He loved it.
I never meet people like that enjoy it on a like not a satirical like hipster level.
Yeah.
I want to actually meet somebody who loves it.
Yeah.
It's called Car Mechanic Simulator 2014. And
apparently it's real fun.
And my friend Connor I was talking about, he literally just got a steering wheel that's again so specific to the feedback. Like it works perfectly like a car.
Does
with
it resist
whatever
against you?
Yeah, resist against you.
Okay.
And then I think it comes with pedals, or that's another thing he got as well. But that's like serious, like he's nerding out, getting really excited about that, and going home just like we would nerd out over Dragon Age or something, right?
Right.
He's like, no, I got the wheel. It's in the mail, and oh my goodness. So I want to talk about that because I don't understand it.
See, my favorite driving games, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Right now, it's currently the newest one because that one's awesome. Or the 64 one, or Double Dash, whatever. I like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And then Cruisin' USA, because I used to stay up all night playing that on the 64. And
What about your heritage of Diddy Kong Racing?
Yeah, it's real
forgot
fun.
about Diddy Kong Racing.
Real fun.
How dare you?
When I was little, I only had Diddy Kong Racing. I didn't have Mario Kart. So, and Conker's in that. And that was Conker's my favorite.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was a game on 64.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That was like the first adult game.
I picked Conker every single time. And then like Conker's Pocket Tales came out, and that's like not adult. It's cute,
Oh, okay.
And so I got that, and I was like, man, Conker's my favorite character. And then Bad Fur Day came out, and my parents wouldn't buy it for me.
Totally understandable. My parents.
It was rude.
I would trick my parents into that. And be like, Mortal Kombat? No. It's like, oh no, I'm not getting Mortal Kombat.
Cartoon.
I'm getting this. And then literally at the register, I would switch it, and my mom wouldn't realize it, and then it would be purchased under the understanding. It's like, oh, there's obviously an adult with you. You can take it.
Right.
Totally manipulating.
Oh, last racing game, Super Sprint. And I'm done. Those are my 3 favorite racing games.
Super
I
Sprint.
love that
What's
tangent.
that?
Super Sprint?
Yes.
I played it in the arcade.
I just imagine Quap, but really fast. What is this?
Super Sprint is old.
Uh-huh.
So it has like a couple different tracks, and I think Super Sprint in the arcade is 3 wheels.
Okay.
And so it's like you're standing up and there's one pedal, and you're driving, and you're just like a little like drag racer car, and you just go around.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Top down. Just I totally
And it
know
has
what
the
you mean.
gates that open and close, and it'll have like oil slicks or something.
Yeah.
It reminds me of one of my favorites is Super Off-Road.
Oh, I like off
With the
road.
trucks, and you go around the circle again. It's the same kind of thing.
Yep.
One of the very first ones was from Atari, I believe, and it was either called Grand Prix or something like that. And it was just like, cars going around a track and like the most basic black and white graphics, but like
One of the
real
Sprint
fun.
games is black and white.
Yeah.
And that one's really fun too. Like Sprint 2 is black and white, I think.
Well, see, we are on a car tangent now.
Yeah.
We are car nerds.
Relate more to them than we realize.
Yeah. And off road was at the Alfie's by my house, Alfie's Pizza.
Oh.
That had like 3 arcade machines, and that was one of them. And I played a lot of it.
You get the boost and stuff.
Nice.
I think that's for a virtual console somewhere, but man, I love that game.
I know an arcade that has that game.
You're totally making me forget. I grew up at a place called Games in Mukilteo, Washington, down the road, and that's where I played all the arcade games I ever could want. And I completely forgot about that till you brought up arcades. So thank you for that.
What's it called?
It was called Games.
Oh, it's not around anymore?
No, I think it went out of business like 10 years ago. But, oh my God, it was everything you could want. You had pool tables, cut my hand open on that. Then I'd be like, oh, I'm bleeding.
These are good memories.
I know, wait. This took a turn real quick.
It showed me that I wasn't an athlete and I should stick with the arcade machine. So then I went over to that and I found my niche.
You're like, look, there's a bunch of games here. I should play the video kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't made for real things.
And like arcades are coming back. Like here in Seattle, we have like a million of them, and it's great. And I mean, there's one up in Edmonds, which is also awesome.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been to that, but
and my boyfriend works there.
Yeah,
nice. Promote it. Come on. What's the name?
She might have already done that.
I probably have.
Every
million
podcast.
times? Okay.
Another Castle Video Games Arcade Edition.
Nice.
Yeah, you should go. I mean, like if you live in Seattle, go there.
They're having a New Year's party.
Oh,
That's actually cool.
Yeah, I'll
Nice.
probably be there.
Reservations needed, I take it?
No.
No? Okay.
It's like
just a
arcade
shop.
/ kind of dive bar. So.
Oh, okay.
No.
Nice.
to close out the racing kind of topic that we stumbled upon.
Tangent.
I think the original story was Destiny. How do we get?
We were talking about Gran Turismo, and you had a friend named Jordan, right?
Oh, don't say his name. 'Cause if I got it wrong, I'm gonna find it out now. I think it is Shane.
Jasper.
Anyways, I was gonna finish this racing topic by saying, "Fuck, what's his name?"
Oh, I also like Burnout a lot. I really like Burnout.
was the
Burnout
shit.
is really
Yeah.
fun.
I played the same level hundreds of times to get the perfect crash.
Yeah, I like the oh crap, what's it? I like the one that this crash mode, that's fun. But I like the takedown one. I don't remember what that's actually called.
There was a game called Takedown, I think. But you're talking about in Burnout?
In Burnout.
Okay.
Where it's like you're racing.
You try to get
but
the
you
most
also get the
damage.
most like people crashed and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still a race, so you still have to win the race. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what it's called now. I'm gonna sound dumb. But
It's called aggressive driving.
yeah, pretty much. I like
It's
that one.
called Neck Nod. His name is Jordan, so
Oh,
I
good.
win the fucking race.
Shout out to Jordan.
Jordan, it's at Jordan MG on the Twitter. Nice. We did a whole little segment on GameSpot. Okay, here's what I was gonna say. Finishing out the racing thing. One of my favorite racing games ever is on the PlayStation 1. It's not cars. It's anamorphic people, animals that are like people.
Animorphs?
It's called Running Wild, and you run.
Oh, there's a game on the original Xbox called Mad Dash where you're anthropomorphic animals and you run.
Okay,
It's called Mad Dash and it was fun. Nobody else liked it, but I did.
Well, I would have if I
heard of
didn't
either
ever
of
played it.
these.
But Running Wild, you can still, if you have an old PlayStation 1 lying around, but oh my goodness, it's fun.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Because you're you're
Mad
like
Dash.
animals running, and then you jump and you're doing platforming stuff.
Oh.
But you're
Yep.
always going, so I think there might be a gas button, and the fact that you're like pushing a button to run.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even if you don't push the button, you kind of lightly jog. So you're kind of always driving in that way.
So what were you?
There was a rabbit I liked being.
Okay, so were you
Yeah.
half rabbit, half human?
It was a standing on two legs rabbit. person.
Anthropomorphic.
Yeah,
is the
like
word you're looking for.
yes, which I said in the beginning, I think, but I must have.
I don't know if you said it correctly, but
I
everyone
said
knows what you
anthro
meant.
something.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like Robin Hood.
Or
you know?
Right.
it's like BoJack Horseman, which is a series that I like.
I haven't gotten into that yet. Should I?
You should get in that.
Should? Okay.
Here's my BoJack Horseman tangent. The writers were on a Nerdist podcast, writers panel podcast, which you should listen to. It's really awesome, especially if you're a writer.
That's good stuff. Just
Yes.
heard the Colbert Report one.
Oh, it's so good. And the BoJack Horseman writers were on the writers panel, and they were talking about the show. And if you watch the show, Netflix said, I think it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
The first couple episodes, you're like, oh, I get it. It's like animals that look like people. They're doing the kind of same old stereotype tropes, blah, blah, blah. And you think you've figured it out.
Yeah.
But the writer is actually like a dark kind of interesting person. And the show gets progressively darker and more revealing and kind of really about humanity and looking inside yourself. And
Interesting.
yeah, so the show is kind of dark and like a black comedy or something like that. And it's awesome.
But
So-
well written, it actually has some, are we talking like social issues, or it's just an individual who's having a hard life and they're
It's kind of social
investigating?
stuff too, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of guest voices, so it was definitely inspiration for the thing that we're doing, which we'll talk about soon.
Right.
Some comedy thing that we're working on here at Video Game Break. But yeah, so fucking go watch BoJack Horseman. Give it a try. The first 2 episodes, you might be like, I think I figured it out. You haven't. It gets weirder and interestinger,
Nice.
which is a word. Let's move on. That was the longest tangent known to man.
It's just a huge endorsement for BoJack.
Yeah, it really was. And racing games. What's the next thing is... Oh, the Xbox One we already did. And the next one is... I'm never behind in my stories. Oh, a new JoJo fighting game is coming. Do you like that? JoJo?
JoJo.
You know, Bizarre JoJo, that big anime manga thing?
I have no idea what... I thought of those really big French fries. So...
That's more descriptive than what I was thinking of. I'd never heard of this.
But now I want JoJo's.
Yeah, see, you know what a JoJo
I do know
is,
what
right?
JoJo's
Okay.
are. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is kind of a really cool manga. I don't know if it's anime, but I know it's manga. It's really ridiculous characters, kind of along Guilty Gear lines.
Oh.
Right?
That
And
I know.
There's a new fighting game for JoJo coming out, and it'll be stateside and everything. It's going to be on the PS4. So that's kind of fun.
Cool.
Well, because, you know, weird shit's cool. And I think that's a pretty weird series.
There's a lot of Sailor Moon fighting games, and none of them made it to the U.S., so...
I know, and you own most
All
of them? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think with a re-release they're going to get some in the U.S.?
They're not very good.
No?
So, I mean, maybe if they did, like, a new one, maybe.
Yeah.
But their beat-em-ups were better, and their RPG was fantastic.
Oh.
Which none of those came out in America. So.
Oh. But I assume you own them.
Yeah, and the puzzle
Anyways.
game was really good.
Yeah.
Puzzle games. There's multiple.
Just like the P9.
Did you say just like the P9?
No.
Did you bring back the P9?
There's always multiple. There's multiple right where we are. So
There is definitely two. I don't know if more. I'm thinking only two.
you won't open that spider cupboard, so you never know.
What was that? That doesn't even make any sense. You're
just-
off the podcast.
Spider covered?
By the way, I
I'm
told you
intrigued.
what's in the spider cupboard.
You did? No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't? Mm-mm. So, for the listeners, I have one area in my apartment that we're now all looking at. It looks like a big, huge area that
Cupboard.
doesn't
Underneath
have
the counter.
Yeah, underneath the counter. It doesn't have a handle, and it's nailed shut. And I did see a spider come out of there once. Hence, Kinsey's calling it the spider cupboard. And I was like, what is in there? It sucks that I can't get in there. It's nailed shut. Then cut to, this is going to be a long segue, my oven caught on fire once because it's an electric oven.
Oh, geez.
An electric stove, you know, whatever, stovetop.
Yeah.
It literally caught on fire, the stovetop, and like went around the circle of the what's it called?
The heating apparatus?
Yeah, that
whatever
thingy.
it is.
The heating element of the stove.
Element,
Yeah.
I think is actually the word, yeah.
And it was literally like as bright as the sun, like burning the fucking whole thing, the circle.
Wow.
As I'm freaking out, like wanting to do something, I turned off the heat, and it's still burning, and literally like blowing up and like sparking everywhere.
The metal itself.
The metal
is
itself
so hot.
is so hot it's on fire.
Wow.
So I'm losing my shit. So I fucking pull the oven out and unplug it because I'm like, there's a current going to it, and then it stopped, you know. But as I pulled it out, I noticed that behind the oven was near the spider cupboard, and what was in the spider cupboard was just a water heater.
Oh.
Oh.
My water heater's in the spider cupboard.
To heat the spiders, right?
I
Keep
think
them
it's
warm.
it helps them a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
In general, there
right.
wasn't really many spiders in there. I don't see one of them actually. I just saw the water heater.
That makes sense. I guess I never realized where your water heater was.
Yeah. Where would it go? Yeah. It's in the spider cupboard. So now the episode is called Spider Cupboard. Here's a little kind of a thing I'm going to throw out there. It's just a concept. It was an article on GameWire. GameMoir.com.
More?
There are so many video game websites, by the way, and I have one, videogamebreak.net. And I understand why it's hard to get traffic because there's so many of them.
There's a lot.
And what's crazy though, including our own and GameWire, there's so many with great articles that never get seen, and it sucks.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
we're showing them right now, which is cool. But in general, there are a ton of these really interesting articles that people write, and like 8 people see the website, and it just sucks.
The biggest one for me is Killscreen. Jammin', I forget his full name, but he does a YouTube PBS video game show.
Yeah.
And all the articles that come out of there, I'm always just like, this is so well written.
Is that the same kill screen that used to have a physical, like, magazine?
I ordered it and I stopped getting it, so yeah, I think so.
Oh. I have a big stack of those in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Those are my bathroom books.
Yeah, they actually take work to get through. There's real research.
So do other things.
She's in the bathroom for a while.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of Taco Bell.
Oh, fuck.
I love making Carlos uncomfortable. It's like
Podcast
my
is
favorite
over.
thing to do.
Well, you do it a lot, and I don't know why you're still doing it. By the way, to that note, I was in. This is the episode of Tangents. I was in the Big Fish bathroom. We have so many people that work in this office, and we only have 2 floors. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's definitely certain times where people are in the bathroom. You know, like it's like there's just times that people. That's the busy time. But it seems like almost all the time is busy time where we are because we have such little bathroom space.
Right.
I'll go in and like all the stalls are like full. I'm like, really? You know, on multiple floors. Anyway, so I was looking at, because you have to peek in. It sucks. We did like peek in on people and you're like, is that open? Sorry, I just saw you with your shit down.
It's okay if you don't make eye contact.
Yeah,
it's
I did.
understood.
I did. Yeah, looked directly at the floor. But the last time I did, there was a guy doing the little boop, 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 which is pooping.
It's a very cute noise.
That's what I call it. Yeah.
Oh, I always go booping in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, I do the boop. There's
like
3
a nice
boop.
country song.
It is, yeah.
Booping.
Time to go booping. I go booping. We have 4 names for this podcast, and this is one of them. It's time to go booping. Well, he was booping, and he had his phone, and he was like hardcore doing something on it. I cannot do that.
I take my phone to the bathroom every single time I go at work.
So so are you booping? Have you booped and also been on the phone?
Yes.
Fucking gross.
Well,
Really?
Wait, talking on the phone?
No.
Or on the phone?
Wait, both gross, but on the phone.
Oh, no.
That's for
These
us.
are-
it would be much harder.
these are two
to
very
just
different
stand
things.
up and try to. But yeah.
So booping, which is
Yeah,
pooping.
I'll be on my phone, like on Facebook or on Twitter. Some of those tweets are poop tweets. Nobody knows.
So you take a
Hashtag
minute.
poop tweet,
This
huh?
is going to get real gross, but you take a minute to do a boop, right? And there's more boop coming. This is the grossest thing I've ever said. And then you are still on the phone concentrating on what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, what else am I going to do? Am I going to...
Concentrate on the booping.
Wait, hold up, Carlos.
Nah.
You were talking about making a bear sketch with me where a woman is mauled sexually by a bear.
Yes.
And yet you
But-
can't talk about this.
No, I'm talking about it. I'm just saying I don't find the time. I don't have time to focus on booping / doing a tweet or something. And why the fuck can't I just do that when I go back to my desk?
I want to do some... Well, at my work, I'm not allowed to have my phone out.
Well,
Yeah.
then
So-
that might be a reason.
Okay.
That might be a reason for other people. Like, that's their only alone time.
But I do that I'll do that at home, too. I'll take my phone, or on the rare occasion, I'll take my laptop, which is real weird.
That's over the top.
That's my over the top too. I'll
It's
take
a
my
little
phone
laptop.
Oh.
It's a little.
I have a big old like Alienware. It fucking burns my thighs.
Mine's a Chromebook.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
really small.
Yeah. But no, I play honestly lately.
You play games and you're booping.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just started.
really?
I feel like I just got initiated because a friend of mine just started Words with Friends. I was like, oh, I kind of want to play with her a bit. So then I'm like, that's funny because now she knows where those words are coming from now.
If she listens to this podcast, she sure does.
So
Oh, yeah, a lot of the words are around booping.
Yeah,
I got
Like,
a
oh, look.
contextually, yeah. Yeah.
If I go to the bathroom and I don't remember my phone,
Mm-hmm.
like, and there's not like a book I can grab, like, I'm
What
just
the
like,
fuck's
well,
wrong
now
with
I'm
you?
bored.
I have my Wired magazine, my Boop phone, and sometimes I'll go in and I do feel the necessity to read something. So I actually am one of those stereotypical people, the cliche of grabbing a shampoo bottle.
I'll do, yeah.
I literally
I
have
like-
done
Okay,
that.
we've got to talk. Hold on.
I like reading something or doing
We're
something.
really getting to the crux of something I've always wanted to ask. Let's go. We're getting to
Yep.
it.
People should comment on this and be like, yeah, Carlos, everybody does that.
Wait, or they should be on my side and say that's gross. Let me clarify.
It's not like you're like touching stuff. You don't have poop hands while you're doing stuff. Like,
Not yet.
Not yet.
not yet.
You will have poop hands at some point. So, I actually said poop hands, not boop hands.
Oh.
But here's my question. Okay, and this is literally down. I feel like we're in a giant bomb episode. But like, if I need to boop, right? I want to get the fuck out of there as soon as possible.
Really?
I hate. Okay, as a guy, I'm not sure this is a girl thing or a guy thing, but and again, you heard my experience of that we have very limited stalls. When you're in there taking a boop, it's always full.
Yeah.
And that's always that awkward kind of Seinfeld thing where
Oh,
like,
that is
oh,
awkward.
someone's next to me and it feels uncomfortable. So that's part of this. Okay, so I'm adding that to it. But even in general, if it was like an empty stall and I was about to go meet you or meet somebody or do something, to me, it's a fucking inconvenience that I have to go do that thing, right? So I want to get the fuck out of there. I do not want to like if I'm reading something, maybe I'll get into it. I don't want to get into it.
I think I see what you're doing.
I want to get the fuck out of there.
That's true. It is weird though when you get into like you're reading something and then you're like, wait. You like you think about it. You're like,
see,
how long have I been in here?
My leg is numb. I'm not standing upright.
I'm just gonna say you guys are booping wrong. That's the biggest. You're booping incorrectly.
As a person that admires time management, you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
You gotta boop on time. You gotta get in and out. But then again, if you think about it, you're actually on their dime booping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And again, if you now this being said, to everyone who's listening who happens to work at Wendy's or a fucking supermarket, I hear you, man. Right? That's your alone time.
Yeah.
Now, so that's why it's all relative. Like if you're in like a terrible marriage and you're like, I got to get in that bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if you're not any of those things and you're just doing it to do it, I get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. If someone else comes in the like if I'm at work, if someone else comes in, I'm like, and I'm done.
Wait, but that you can't just be done. This is getting too gross.
Sometimes.
There's a round 2 later. But I wanted to add one more thing. It is actually a great place to be creative. Now, hear me out.
Okay.
So, the man who came up with the term black hole was taking a bath. And if you think about how relaxed he was, sitting there in a bathtub on his alone time, the warmth of the water around him, that was his zone. So when you're booping, you kind of get in a zone.
That's true.
You get in a boop zone, and you start to really think about the world a little differently. I know that's silly sounding, but it's so true for me.
No, I'm actually laughing that there's like 8. Now there's 8 names for this episode.
Yeah.
The boop zone? That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it might just be the boop zone.
The Danger Zone song just laid over that.
Nice. Highway to the boob zone. So I will agree and then turn that a little bit and say,
Sure.
My time for that is in the morning or right at night. So right at night, I'm like totally exhausted, but I still want to have that moment in bed to be like, I don't want to go to bed yet because I want to like just kind of chill. And that's when thoughts come. Or in the morning, the same way. I'm not going to get up right away. I'm going to have this moment to myself, and then thoughts will come. So I'd rather do it there than on the toilet. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
My work has a secret bathroom too, where it's only one person at a time.
Oh, you mean the handicap bathroom?
No,
Because I think
like,
that's what they're called.
It's like the secret. It's a bathroom in the lab versus the one in the office. It's 1% at a time. It does have a stall, not a handicap stall. So
Very tight.
Does it have a mirror that someone's like watching you through? Is it weird?
Oh no! What bathrooms are you fucking with?
No, because you said a lab bathroom. That seems.
it's in. Well, I work in a lab, but there's also like a big office in the front.
Okay.
And
You're
that's
not
where
the
like the bathrooms are.
experiment here.
Yeah, it sounded very scientific-y. Like,
Well, that's the bath. That's like where the shower is and all that kind of stuff. So
oh,
it's
the
like,
mirror's in the shower. That's better.
So we have a one at a time bathroom, and
Let's move
a
on
good
to
one.
my story.
All right.
That was the longest tangent we might have done on the podcast ever, and I appreciate it.
I'm very proud to be a part of that.
On GameWar.com.
oh yeah,
That's how we got there, by the way. We got to booping through GameWar. No offense to GameWar, because I think they're a great site. Their article was Grand Theft Auto, and this is actually a serious issue now, long overdue for a woman protagonist. Just the concept I wanted to throw it out there that, we definitely have Tomb Raider, the new version of Tomb Raider, where it's more of a actual woman, regular woman shape, not like over the top ridiculous. She's frail. She's got issues. She's making her way through it, and she's more of a human being and a person with whatever. And so I think that it's just interesting to be like GTA is the quintessential open world third person game, and to have that be a woman, I think would really change up everything. I think it'd be really great.
especially with how GTA 5 did it with the multiple characters. So that way, just like one of them could be a woman. There is a small part of me that worries what they would do with a woman character.
Well, Rockstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, some of the not main characters, but the women that you run into in Grand Theft Auto that are like part of a number of missions.
Right, not good.
They're not the most quality of
No,
people.
no.
And that's okay. I mean, look at Trevor. He's not the most quality of people. So
But he's a very interesting character.
he's one of my favorite characters.
I'm sure there's many psychiatrists coming through med school going, I'm going to write a paper, a thesis on this man as an individual. But as a woman character, what kind of missions would they do? Would it be just the same as the male missions that they have currently? are they going to try to go to a point where they're like, what would somebody in this position want to do? Or are they just going to slap on the preface of what they had before?
Oh, that's a good point.
I think it really comes down to the character. We were actually talking about this at work, where like, what is the character? Like, independent of the fact that it's a male or female, you know what I mean? Or trans or anything. Like, that shouldn't be part of it. I feel like it's the character that you're building in that story, right?
By the way, Dragon Age did trans very well.
I didn't come
and
across
continue.
it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Go talk to Krem.
I don't know who that is.
You will. You should know who it is by now. You just have to keep talking to him and
in
talking to
Skyhold?
him, and yeah, he was in the Haven too, but you have to keep talking to him to like open up stuff on the war map.
Oh, okay.
The proper pronoun here is lost to me. It's he.
He. Yeah.
Okay.
Even when
he
you talk
stopped
to Iron
talking
Bull.
to me. He doesn't like me anymore. Iron Bull gives me more conversation. But yeah, they did do it really well.
They did it really well, especially getting Iron Bull's take on it as well. Anyways, okay, back to...
No, yeah. I mean, I think that in general, I just want to... it'd be really interesting to see that. Again, I think that Rockstar might mess it up, so I'm not even specifically saying Rockstar, but just that idea of like a one-player, open-world kind of game. Like, you're one person. It's not like an ensemble cast, which Dragon Age is awesome. You know, I think it's 60% women writers. It's cool. But it's not like what we think of like the one-person game, beating all the enemies or whatever. Again, Tomb Raider is the only one I can think of. Oh, Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 and Tomb Raider are the only ones that really come to mind.
I need to play Bayonetta.
I have Bayonetta 2 for Wii U. I want to play with a buddy of mine. I got it in GameFly and it's just sitting there. Is it?
You haven't played it yet? Oh my goodness!
There.
Play it.
Yeah, I hear it's actually
you will freak out.
Really good.
It comes with the first one too. If you haven't played that one yet, so
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played a little bit, but not much. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other games that have... What, are you just talking in general, a strong female protagonist?
Well, you start a game, and you're like, it's third person.
Yeah.
And it's more open world than not.
Heavenly Sword was a woman.
Ish.
And
not open world.
Oh, not open world, no.
Really.
That was like God of War clone.
Yeah, God of War.
You said it earlier, Thomas was alone, given they were cubes of different proportions.
I felt for all of them. I
love that game.
I loved those characters in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
But a human character, that's something you don't see a lot. And my brain's being racked right now trying to think of how they would do that. What would Rockstar do and which Rockstar location? Because it wasn't GTA 5 from, correct me if I'm wrong, Scotland or Ireland?
Oh, which...
the writers
house?
for it. Yeah. It's kind of irrelevant, but it's very interesting to see that group did what they did with that character set. So who's going to take it on and where it's going to go? I'd play it. It sounds intriguing enough.
Beyond Good and Evil had the lady. And
and
the pig.
Jade.
Yeah.
I think was her name.
Weirdly enough, Jade, also Jade
hope it's her
Empire.
name.
Wasn't Jade Empire an RPG?
Yeah.
The girl?
Yes, that was the first game that got me into RPGs. I owe that game a lot.
Yeah,
great.
Jade Empire.
Yeah.
And I always think of, like Mass Effect and Dragon Age and create your own character type games, Oblivion,
right.
Morrowind.
Of course,
I always think of them as a woman because I always play as a woman.
But I guess what I'm saying is that, in those games, you definitely are like interchangeable, right?
Yeah.
Like the story is not written on the perspective of the women. It's like you're a hero.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You could be a lizard, or a man, or a woman,
or a cat.
Yeah. Or Khajiit, but you can't be, it's not from the perspective. So I guess I'm just interested to see.
And it's not a lizard. I'm pretty sure that's racist.
Okay,
it's an Argonian.
hell.
Thank you, Carlos.
And I should know that because Argonians are going to be the next place for. You know about this?
Whoa. We're going to the Black Marsh? The Black fucking Marsh? Are you kidding me?
Did you not know about this?
No, I didn't know about this.
I feel like someone talked about. Did we talk about it in this podcast?
No, not
No.
yet.
That we're going to the marsh next? I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm making that up.
Wait, back up. We're talking about...
I've had a lot of whiskey.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, okay. Continuation of the series. It's going to be in Black Marsh.
I might be just drunk.
I
Let's
like
just
this.
continue. I don't know what... I feel like
You
something
read this?
happened
What?
recently.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Was it Nathan? Somebody told me like, oh, the next thing is the Draconians. And I was like, oh, I don't care about
Argonians?
lizards. Yeah, the
You're
Draconians.
mixing up our steeds.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Let's just get off this topic because I'm saying all wrong words.
Right.
I want to go to the Black Marsh, and I want to go to Elsewhere. Even though I went to Elsewhere in Elder Scrolls Online, but I didn't care because I couldn't steal anything.
Elder Scrolls Online, by the way, is coming out for PlayStation 4, and I will play it.
I probably will too. I played in the beta, and my Khajiit, although that's weird because Khajiits always look very like ethnic. You know what I mean? Like they have that look about them. But in Elder Scrolls Online, you can make like a lion, like as a main, or like a tiger. Like
don't try to get me to play
Stuff
this
like
game
this.
because I'm gonna have a new addiction to play.
my
That sounds
cat,
fun.
she was like a calico, and she looked like a house cat. She had like big eyes and like round ears. She was the most adorable thing ever.
I would love to play with a house cat. I would just go around destroying everything
Yeah.
as my cat Coco.
And the internet would love that.
They would. It would be the cutest and most destructible thing ever.
Yep.
Is Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim?
Yes.
Elder
Wait.
Scrolls...
Yes.
Jinx, buy me a Coke. Elder Scrolls 6 Argonia.
What?
What? Drop the mic.
Argonia.
I'm not wrong.
Number one, Argonia is not a place.
It's on the wiki.
Really? They call it Argonia?
It says Elder Scrolls 6 Argonia. It says,
Oh, maybe there's called the game Argonia. Kind of like Oblivion.
Right.
Like it takes
Yeah.
place in Cyrodiil. It's not.
Let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
The Elder Scrolls 6 Argonia is the sixth installment in the game series, The Elder Scrolls. It will be created by Bethesda Studios and will close to the roots of the game series from before. What? I said words as a drunk person. Main story and characters are yet to be confirmed. It will be for Xbox One and PS4 and PC on 2016.
It takes
And
place in the Black
Black
Marsh.
Marsh.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also known as Argonia.
What?
Deal with that.
Who calls the Black Marsh Argonia?
Bethesda.
I have never heard that term, so.
Well, I guess the wiki's wrong. Is one of the 9 provinces of Tamriel.
Yep.
It's the home of the Argonians.
I know what I'm doing in 2016.
We're playing fucking this game.
Yeah.
One time I got really drunk at a bar.
One time at
One
band
time.
camp.
And I had a map of Tamriel in my purse.
Really?
And I like took it out and like I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Now I want to picture you alone in a corner talking about this, and then
I'm
you
like-
start inviting the
I'm like
bartender
spinning a
over.
dagger on the table,
Yeah,
like
stabbing it down. We're going here. We're fighting.
it was
Yeah.
a really good night.
Well, I'm going to finish my thought with that whole lady thing real quick. It's okay.
Right.
Sorry.
No. I liked that we got to talk about Argonia because that's a thing.
Oh my god, I didn't even know.
I didn't
yeah,
either.
that's a thing.
Holy whatever.
Balls.
Thank the maker.
Yeah, thank the maker. Awesome. I don't know if I believe in the maker. I mean, like
My
the
character
Dragon
doesn't.
Age's
My
maker.
my character doesn't. My character
character
hates the maker.
Have you been picking all the like, fuck, I'm not that person you think I am?
I started humble, and then I became jokey, and then I became a dick. Where I
I'm-
just wanted them to know that, yeah, I am the one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh.
got bored of being nice, and I just
Yeah.
wanted them to all understand, like, you do need to do what I say.
Again, spoiler talk real quick, but that first moment you're in Skyhold, this is spoiler talk right quick.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, it doesn't even matter what you pick. You can pick the mean, jokey,
picked
whatever
the
it
funny
is.
one.
I picked the funny one too. But when you finally pick it and they're like presenting you to the fucking price, felt real fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like you're like, yeah, that's right,
When they
motherfuckers.
like
Yeah.
say that you're the
you're the
Inquisitor.
one, yeah. And they're
I-
like, yeah.
I saw that at a moment, I think it was about 9 p.m. I was like, I should go to bed, but I don't want to. I was like, what is this cutscene? And it got me so excited. I
It
didn't go to
does.
bed until 2 a.m. I was
Yeah.
like, I got to go do things. I got to go program. I got to go get all my notes done.
Yeah.
I got to do things.
Yeah, it inspires you. It really
Yeah.
does. And like, the first big thing, there's no spoiler there, but there's a first big moment in the game that takes a long time, like an hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes of something that happens in the game. That's the first time you're like, oh shit, I'm really in now, you know?
Yeah.
And then the second one was that. You get to Skyhold, you have this moment, you're like, oh, I have a lot of responsibility now. I am this fucking Inquisitor. I'm a big deal.
Yep.
And then you judge people, your little throne room.
Oh yeah.
Which
yeah.
is
Every
real
time
weird.
every time I do that though, it's like half my party disapproves. And I'm
Yeah,
like-
you can never please
I
them
give
all.
up
but
on that.
it's always the people I like because I was trying to like get with Solus.
Yeah?
But-
Did you get... He stopped talking to me.
No, I think I messed it up somewhere. Like he was
Oh.
talking to me like on the like because each character has their like cutscene with you, and then he goes, "I've bothered you enough tonight," and he walked away, and I was like, "No, you're supposed to kiss me here.
Solus, dream with me.
Come back.
Come home.
Let's have sex and dreams." Like
I will
That's
ask.
only how he does it.
No one. I have not betted anyone.
Oh.
Has anyone yet?
I've made out with people.
You've
Two
made out with
people.
people,
But I haven't actually done the thing with anybody.
right? And John.
I got with Dorian for a minute, and it got real awkward when I broke that off because I realized Josephine was my long-term diplomat
Yeah.
lover, and I've not touched a thing on her. Maybe kissed her, I think. We're not
You
getting
guys have.
anywhere.
Okay, so this is crazy.
I'm with Cullen right now, because
Colin's not.
How's his
cool.
withdrawal symptoms?
oh, he gets so angry, and like, I kind of went with Cullen because I was worried the game was going to leave me behind and I wasn't going to romance anybody.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I really like BioWare games.
Yeah, me too.
So, like, I was like, when I missed my scene with Solus, he didn't kiss me. He kissed my friend in that same scene. So I was like, fuck, what have I done wrong? Because I think with him, you have to, like, flirt with him every time or else he won't get it.
One misstep and
And
he said you're not worth it.
I think I made fun of him once.
Oh, no.
Because one of the times he's talking about his friends, and I was like, you don't have friends.
Oh, no.
'Cause he doesn't.
I broke it off with Dorian, and now that I broke it off, every time I talk to him, I always say, I should go now.
Oh, that's me.
And then he goes, I forget what he says, I'll see you later, with a little inflection point. I'm like, oh, this is always going to be awkward between you and I.
That's what happened with me in Blackwall.
Blackwall is a stud.
He's a cool dude. She doesn't like him.
He has sad eyes.
He's got those basset hounds.
He's
like,
a fucking
love
great
me.
warden. He should have sad eyes.
But also,
it's a tough job.
After I broke up with him, I was like, he looks a lot like my boyfriend.
Oh.
Whoops.
Whoa. That's too deep.
Blackwall looks a lot like my boyfriend.
What does your boyfriend
I
think
guess.
of Blackwall?
I guess.
He just laughed, and then I was like, you should cosplay as Blackwall.
Then I'll break
It's just
up with
the
you
beard.
in real life.
It's
He's
just
like-
the beard that's the same.
He's like,
Yeah.
you'll just break my heart next time I hang out in your bedroom. And I was like, maybe I will.
Just start playing music and tell him he's hearing the calling. And just see if he goes away.
The calling. That's sad.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I
Grey
didn't.
Wardens.
I weirdly enough have not been able to even make out with the person.
What?
I might have been focusing too much
Oh.
on my mission or missions.
Oh, no, in BioWare games,
I know,
I instantly
I know.
flirt with everybody.
I know. I've been doing a little bit of
Same.
flirting.
Everybody got a little.
So here's the good news, and I already said this on the last podcast, which you haven't heard, so I can tell you again. And now I apologize to people who have listened to this podcast and heard the last one. Here's what happened. So, I texted you this actually, I think. But in every chance I got, I flirted with Scout Harding. She's the girl who kind of says like, "Hey, here's the new area."
Right.
She's a dwarf, I believe.
She's got cute ass freckles.
Cute freckles.
Penny Arcade girl.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're pretty cool. So I flirted with her, and we talked about this actually, I think on the show, but every like cool thing you try to say to her sounds terrible. Like, so you come here often? It's
Yeah.
like, she's like, no, no.
It's always so awkward.
It's always really bad. But by the way, so anyways, I flirted her enough in different contexts that she likes me now.
Oh.
And she gave me her first name. This is all spoiler
Whoa.
cam. Her first name is Lace.
What?
Yeah.
Can't have a
Whoa.
sexier name
Lace
than
Harding.
Lace.
And I was like, you have the sexiest name. Now we really
Yeah.
are going to get it done.
I don't think you can actually romance
You
her.
don't
Did
know
you
that?
know
You
that
don't
for
know that
sure,
yet.
or is that
You
just
don't.
like a feeling? Because I want to know. I need to.
I'll
see
let you
this.
know soon.
I
Please
read
do.
an article on
I don't like that article.
You did.
how to romance people.
Mm-hmm.
And then it said, these are the people who will not bang you. Like, that was like a subtitle.
I do not blame
She
you.
was not on that list, though, but she also was not on the list of who will bang you.
She's going to get with me. Here's the deal.
Okay.
She
Maybe
told
she's
me
a secret bang.
Yeah. And I'm on it. You guys got the regular bangs, and I got the secret bang.
Oh my gosh.
All I know is that she said it's so cool. Again, this is definitely kind of a larger scope topic, but to have, and I don't know if this experience, you guys experience this with solos and different people that you romance, but the minute she gave me her first name, because she's like, don't laugh, and then I think I picked something like I made fun of her a little bit, but
Yeah.
nothing, bad. She's like, it's Lace Harding, and I was like, really, Lace Harding? It's
a porn star
I think
name.
you're really,
Yeah, it is.
yeah. She joked about that basically.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, she was like, no,
porn
I know
joke
it's
name?
kind of funny. But anyways, the point is that the minute she gave me her first name and she decided she liked me and I had a lot more choices in that realm,
Yeah.
her voice changed.
Oh.
Like when I go up to talk to her now, she's like, oh, hey, you.
It's probably like when they're,
Wow.
like when the cards change when you become BFF with somebody.
I didn't know. I was looking at Sarah. Sarah? God damn it.
Yeah,
I get it
Sarah?
wrong. Yeah, thank you. And it got like very sexual with an arrow coming through the back of her pants coming down. And I didn't know they actually changed.
Yeah, Dorian's changed on mine, and so's Vivian for some reason.
Yeah.
Ew.
But me and Dorian are like BFF. He's going to go to the end of the earth with me.
Nice.
Because you can't get with him. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I ruined that. He's not going to love me. Not even as a friend.
Well, I'll let you guys know if I like finally
Please
get
do.
with her. But Lace, I'm sorry, first name basis.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But Lace told me to meet her at the bar soon, right? And we go on a date. She literally was like, let's go on a date.
I've
I'm like,
only met Iron Bull for a drink, and I got fucked up.
Did you have a drinking game? Is that in the game?
That's in Skyrim.
I hope.
Oh, okay.
Remember Skyrim's drinking
Yeah.
game?
Do you remember the Skyrim drunk quest?
Yeah. When
Where
you wake up,
you get drunk
Yeah.
and you wake up
Yeah.
over in Markarth.
Yeah.
That was like the third quest I did. So I
was-
was like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Like I was like, I've never been out of Whiterun.
And that's the perfect way to get to know an area. Just get lost and wander.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And have a
go
hangover.
Skyrim.
You wake
Yeah.
up in
Oh,
like
yeah.
the temple and they're like, what are you doing here? Get out. Pick up
Yeah.
your shit. Like,
yeah, that's right. It is the temple. Yeah.
I'll tell you if I hook up with her. Basically, she told me to meet her in the bar, and then she never has been in the bar yet, though. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, she's like, meet me in the bar, we'll go on a date. And I was like, cool. And every time I go back to that bar, she's out front of it. Which, again, this is a video game,
You probably
people.
just have to- if you-
So
but-
there's some sort of routine that's not running. But
but if you
she's
talk
not-
to her, does it go to the
No.
like cutscene? Like they no? Oh.
No. Basically, I've exhausted what we can do together. But
Yeah.
every time I go up to see her, which she's not in the bar for our date, she goes, what's up?
Oh, maybe you have
What's
to
up,
like
Lou?
do the next story game. Like the next story.
yeah, that's what it is.
That's what's happening with Josephine. She's always at her little diplomat's table doing her paperwork, and every time I come up, I have the love option, and it says, "Would you like to spend more time together?" And it's always the same cutscene. I could transports me to the little garden yard.
Oh, where
Yeah,
you kiss
yeah.
her?
Yeah, I literally, just to save time, I'll do the kissing scene to transport me around the corner into the courtyard just to pick the little plants.
You're using it as a, as a travel option.
I did the math.
That
and
is
it's a
funny.
little faster than if I ran around the corner if I just smash
goodness.
X.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I have that with Cullen now. I can like kiss him anytime I want. But like although I might break up with Cullen, I'm not sold on this.
Colin's kind of
No,
gross.
see,
We'll see how it comes through.
I'm just kind of mad that once you're with somebody, some of the other flirt options turn off.
You can't be, what is it, polyamorous. In
Yeah,
the
but
game.
like in the other Dragon Age games, like someone would be like, well, I would be with you, but you're with this person.
Yeah.
And like Sarah will do that in this game, but like nobody else will.
Are you playing as a woman in the game?
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah's off my list.
Yeah.
Can't. I tried.
Yeah, you can't.
I
I
tried.
think it's female only, but she does have a thing for Canary. I know that.
Oh.
But
For
like,
Canary women.
yes.
Like, makes me think.
Yeah. But like I kind of like Cullen is like not what I wanted, but I was afraid I was going to get left behind. Mm-hmm. So what I don't know what to do, you guys. This is difficult.
He's so drab.
He is drab. He's like Anders all over again. And Alistair.
Oh, Alistair, I missed that guy.
Yeah, I dated
And-
Alistair, and then he broke up with me after I made him fucking king.
Welcome back to the Dragon Age podcast, where we
Sorry.
only talk about Dragon Age all the time.
I know.
We're done. The news is done, and we're still talking about Dragon Age. But
Anders also broke up with me.
coming
Dicks.
to next episode, we'll talk about Dragon Age some more.
Maybe.
All right, so that's it. So where can people ever find everybody? John, you're on the Twitter.
Yeah, I'm at Yebao, Y-E-B as in boy, O-W.
There you go. And we'll do the link for the website.
Sure. Working with C# and Unity developer. I'll throw that up, and always looking for...
I was looking for some work. Mm-hmm. We're doing some more stuff. And we'll look for Blue Monarch. I'm interested in Blue Monarch now. I don't know what that is.
I did not sell that game at all.
it doesn't matter because Blue and Monarch, and I'm in somehow.
And MOBA.
Yeah, and MOBA, I'm
Yeah.
in. So, and MOBA on phones and mobile is still an open area. I feel like it's an open play field. Like, who's done it good? MOBAs on phones, not many people.
I don't have any that come to mind. I don't think that's a platform we're going to go for. We're definitely going with the newer generation consoles, PS4,
Oh, you're
Xbox
not even-
One,
okay.
PC. There might be like maybe some distilled version down the road, but that's being an indie game studio. We're not like, let's plan out the marketing plan for 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
We'll be happy if it's a commercial success by $1.
Well, I just think that it's just crazy that because, and I'm not throwing this, it's just a thing that you can think about, but there is like 2 fucking MOBAs on smartphones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple others, but there's 2 really good ones. I forgot, I don't have my phone with me, but there's one that I'm playing that's actually pretty impressive. It looks like Diablo graphics, and it's pretty awesome.
Nice.
But it's such an open field right now. I feel like if you get in there now, just saying,
You could set a few standards
You could
for
set
what
a
that
few-
type of gameplay
yeah.
could actually become.
on a phone, yeah. So, little words of wisdom. Kinsey Burk is on the internet.
I am on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at Kinzilla, Kinszilla. I'm also on YouTube at youtube.com/MetalJesusRocks.
I saw
I'm only in a few.
most of your Mario one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's all right?
I like the, what's the Mario one with the locks, the puzzle game? Mario and Donkey Kong?
Mario versus Donkey Kong?
Yes, I love that game.
I love that game.
Yeah.
The one on the DS is really good too. Well, there's
It's
two
so
on the
fun.
DS.
And actually, the was it not CDI?
Yeah,
Was it
CDI.
That one's not bad. I
Hotel
remember playing
Mario?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's ridiculous.
It's different enough, and the cutscenes are ridiculous, so
Yeah.
it's worth it on its own.
We're talking about a video you did with Metal Jesus, which is Mario games,
Hidden gems.
Hidden Gems.
Yeah.
You should all go
That
watch
just happened.
that. Yeah. And then I'm on Twitter, Onawa, ONAWA. It's called Whiskey People. I think the last three episodes I've had too much whiskey.
Really? This is Carlos with too much whiskey?
2 ago, you had medication issues.
Yeah.
Did I? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. I sure did. I'm off the medication, but now it's just whiskey straight. ONAWA, I'm on Twitter. And then it's Video Game Break, at Video Game Break. It's what Kinsey normally does, facebook.com/Video Game Break. We have a videogamebreak.net website. And you can write for us if you want to post blog entries, articles, videos that you do on YouTube. You want to kind of like, cut your teeth in the posting things on the internet. We are taking everybody. So go to videogamebreak.net and then hit join, and then we'll let you post things on our website.
Nice.
That's going to do it. We're going to be out. Go play Dragon Age and boop all you want. But I'll tell you one thing. You don't need a phone. It's just weird.
Thank you for having me on. My face hurts from laughing.
That's a great sign.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.